everyone to Healthier Family Relationship. I am so excited about this topic and about our guest speaker. So please, can you tell you more about you and also going into that subject about postpartum depression and baby blues? Very important. You unmuted.
Hello. Hi, everyone. It's really a pleasure to be here and to talk about maternal mental health. My name is Elais Perez. I'm the maternal wellness coordinator at Healthy Mothers, Healthy Babies here in Palm Beach County. I'm a clinical psychologist, and I've been working with moms and couples during pregnancy and postpartum for the past 10 years. And I'm very passionate about what I do because I believe that moms need all the support they can get. Motherhood is a very beautiful thing, but it can be very hard as well. Um, so I believe that it's very, very important that mothers have a space where they can share how they feel, get support from other moms, um, and have a space where they can really open up and share their struggles, or if they need something, they need to learn something. So here at Healthy Mother, Healthy Babies, we offer support groups for free, and we offer workshops and educational classes as well.
Yes, and this is, so needed and wonderful because most of the time, some women will feel that and will not know what's going on, with them. They might feel sad. They might feel, like how come everybody are so exciting about their new baby, but I don't feel the same way. I don't have that connection. I don't have that, that mood that most women will have as soon as they're going to see their child. When the first time that you lock your eyes into your child's eyes, some women don't have that connection. They don't have that, that feeling. So it's so important to have someone like you that can say, okay, it's okay, you're not the only one woman out of 7 feel the same way. And that's why we have that group to support you, to tell you that you are not less a mother if you feel that, because you give birth. You are the biological mother. You are the mother of that kid, and it's important for you to go through that mental journey. So can you tell us what is the difference between postpartum depression and feeling the baby blues?
Okay. As you said, it's very important to tell mothers that if they don't fall in love with their children in the first minute, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be that way. Going through childbirth is a very stressful experience. So I think that women are presented with a very rosy picture about motherhood in many cases. So when they enter to this postpartum period, they sometimes find themselves feeling things they didn't expect to. I think society, social media in general, they do a good work trying to romanticize motherhood. And motherhood is very intense, and it has the good and the bad. You can be happy for your baby, you can love your baby very much, and still feel sad, and still have symptoms of anxiety. So, as you said, it's important to reduce the stigma and to let mothers know that it's okay not to be okay, and that there is help available for them. And as you said, baby blues and postpartum depression are two different things. Usually in our day-to-day lives, sometimes we use them as an interchangeable name, but baby blues is something that is normal, that almost 80% of women, they experience some kind of baby blues, which is feeling sad, feeling sometimes overwhelmed, being very emotional, having mood changes. it has to be on one side, it's related to a hormonal imbalance, that the hormones need to balance themselves after giving birth. Also is because you are adjusting to your new routine, the baby's feeding schedule, the baby sleeping routine. um, if it's your first baby, you are adapting to having a baby with your husband. For the couple, it's an adjustment period, it's a learning process. And so all those factors contribute to the mom feeling more emotional. But baby blues usually resolves by itself. It doesn't need um, treatment, and usually lasts 2 weeks up to 20 days. And then the mom slowly starts to feel herself again. But with postpartum depression, it's different. Um, this continues throughout time, and the mom can start feeling that she can't cope, start feeling that dealing with this baby is too much for her. Um, she can have trouble sleeping, or lack of appetite, or eating too much. You see some changes in those areas. Sometimes the mom cannot enjoy the baby. That's a big red flag. When a mom doesn't feel like caring for the baby, she doesn't want to be there, um, and the sadness persists. That is when we need to pay attention and ask for help. And we have the support groups. We also refer clients to counseling sessions when they need to. So there are support out there for the moms.
Okay, so if I understand correctly what you just shared, baby blues, I think that all women go through the baby blues because, as you said, new routine, feeding, sleeping, and sometimes you are so exhausted and you cry. I've been talking with a lot of women, and sometimes you just it's that overwhelm. Like it is a lot that you are not expecting. Especially when you're at the hospital. I remember I was talking with my cousin, and I said, at the hospital, the baby sleep well, everything is wonderful. And she was telling me, oh, this is, the quiet time before the storm. And then as soon as you're at home, you see the baby is hungry every 3 hours. You have to wake up day and night. Then you have to have the child, going into the sleeping routine, sleeping pattern, understand what's going on. And at the same time, you need to take care of yourself because you just gave birth. So you have all, that pain in your body, and you have to adjust and everything. So it's like, baby blues is very that period of time, like that you need to adjust as a mom. So everybody, my especially with your first baby, you go through that one. And then, the postpartum, it's something a little bit more deeper and longer because the connection is still not there yet. And I want you to know, have you, with all the patients that you have, all the mom that you work with, have you seen that, a woman can have that, baby blues and or postpartum depression for all the children, or usually it's just with the first one because it's new?
No, it could be with the first one, and sometimes moms they experience postpartum depression with the second one, even if they didn't experience with the first one. The risk factors for postpartum depression, they go up if a mom experience a traumatic delivery, a mom that delivered early, or the baby was in the ICU, or a mom that experienced divorce or separation during pregnancy, or the loss of someone close to her. If there are stressors during the pregnancy, the likely to having postpartum depression goes up. Also depends on the support the mom is receiving, of her personal history, if he has family members with postpartum depression. So all those things we need to pay attention and to take in account when um, working with moms to address if they are more at risk or not. Usually the second baby is easier than the first one because you know what to expect, so it's not such a shock. But sometimes it happens with the second one.
Yes, and as you said, so does it mean that mom can see her own environment and say, oh, I might be uh, you know uh, I might be in that setting to have a postpartum depression. So
Mhm,
let me take that, let me handle it before it happens. So that means
mhm,
look for a group, knowing okay what to expect, okay the signs of what
mhm,
is going on. So as soon as it happens, the mom is not denying or saying, oh, it will pass, because most of the time mom think that okay, tomorrow will be better,
mhm,
and tomorrow it's like a month, and a month is one trimester, and then it's it's not going to heal on its own. So do
mhm.
you do you see that for some situation mom should take advantage of the resources even before having the baby, when they know that they might be more likely to have that postpartum depression?
Yeah, that's true, and we encourage moms to join the support group, because it prepares you also for the postpartum period. Even though you are not particularly sad or depressed, pregnancy is very intense, and there are many emotions involved. So having a support group or joining a support group before you give birth is also beneficial, because you receive information, you receive support. For example, last week we had a mom that she joined. She's in her last trimester, and she said, actually, I'm joining now because I experienced postpartum depression with my first baby. So I want to be ready for the second one, and I want to have support before the baby arrives. Um, so that's very important. And as you shared before, the fact that everything goes well during the hospital stay is not an indicative that everything is going to go well after. Um, it could be that way, but as you said, when you leave the hospital, you lose all the support of the nurses, the lactation consultant. You come back to the real life, the real routine. So if it's possible, moms, they should plan to have support when they come home. They should plan for that. How many days the husband is going to take off. There is family members that can come and watch the baby. Maybe they cannot watch the baby, but they can bring food or something cooked. Plan for the first 2 weeks at least, having all the support you can get, because it's going to be easier for her to transition into motherhood if she has help.
That's good. And with healthy mommy, healthy baby, I know, in the Palm Beach, that's very good because they offer it. I know that even for myself, I was able to take advantage of that because many moms, we think that we are superhero, and we are okay, we are superhero, but we cannot do it on our own. And that's why it's so good to have a nurse coming. For me, a nurse was coming, and I was able, because all my family, they're abroad, so I am just by myself, and sometimes I had questions, but even though I show the baby to my mom through through a Zoom, it's not the same that someone holding the baby and telling me, no, it's okay, no, you're tired, no, this is it and this is that. So that's why, as you said, it's so important to have that support. And can you tell us more about what to expect? Because sometimes we think, because I thought that at first, I would say it will not change much, so why bother to join? So, can you reinforce how important it is to have that support? What, mom can expect that will indeed help them?
Well, the Healthy Mother, Healthy Babies offers many classes. We have workshop classes where we have breastfeeding classes before giving birth, which is very important because sometimes new moms, they expect that the breastfeeding is going to come naturally, and even though it's a natural process, it's also a learning process. The mom needs to know how to do it and how to hold the baby, and the baby needs to learn to latch. So having this information before the birth gives you like an advantage, because learning everything once the baby is born and you just went through childbirth and you're tired, it's not the same that um, getting there at that point with information already. Um, we have pre-birth classes, we have newborn care classes, we have PCR classes. The support groups I run the support groups in English and in Spanish. The only requirement to join is being a Palm Beach County resident. It doesn't matter if you have health insurance or anything. Moms, they can join since they are pregnant, and they can still come until the baby is 2 years old. Because postpartum is not only the first few weeks. Postpartum, it can last a lot longer. The first 2 years are very beautiful, but very challenging as well. So moms, they can expect meet other moms, which is very important, especially now that we are coming out of the pandemic and everybody has been so isolated. That is a virtual space, a safe space to meet other moms. And we always have a topic we talk about, so they can learn things, they can ask questions, and we give them resources. And it's a safe space where you can share how you really feel and don't not feel judged. Because sometimes it's difficult to talk about certain topics with family members or with friends. Um, because sometimes moms, they feel ashamed, like they are feeling sad, and sometimes family members, they mean well, but they say things, why are you so sad if your baby is healthy and you are fine? You should be happy. And they try to cheer you up, but depression sometimes is not something that you can fix by trying harder. You need support and professional help. So this is a good space to be able to share openly and feeling safe about it.
That is good. Thank you about those points. And my last question:
Mhm.
can you tell us about the impact that the postpartum depression has on a baby when it's not handled appropriately, when the mom doesn't want to have the support? At least moms can say, okay, even though I believe I don't need it, but I will do it for my child, because if I don't do that, what could be the impact on the child?
Mhm. That's very important question. Very important. Um, First, it's very important to address the symptoms of postpartum depression as soon as you identify them, because the sooner that the mom gets help, the faster they recover, and the prognosis is much better. And the impact in the baby's life and the mom as well is smaller. So it is important not to delay asking for help, which many moms do. Uh, so we encourage them to ask for help. And then the baby, we call the postpartum depression the first adverse childhood experience for the baby, because there is such a connection with the newborn, and the newborn learn how to manage his emotions and how to deal with the world by mimicking the mom. And newborn needs a lot of attention, needs contact, needs stimulation, needs a newborn in order to adapt to being outside the belly. Needs a parent that is connected, that is reading the signals and is helping them adapt to this new life. And a mom that is depressed, she cannot do that. Doesn't have the emotional energy, and they usually are the moms. They tend to retract into themselves because they cannot connect. So the baby is not receiving the attention that he needs. Um, a baby needs a mom that can cuddle him, play with him, look at him, and if she's depressed, she cannot do it. So, and also the depression can have an impact in the couple, because the father tends to be overwhelmed with demands because he is covering for the mom, And one thing that is important to know is that parents, fathers, they can suffer postpartum depression as well. It's something that many people they don't talk about it, but it happens. It's very underdiagnosed because fathers they don't tend to report symptoms, but 1 in 10 fathers can experience postpartum depression, and the percentage goes up if the mother is experiencing postpartum depression. Up to 50% of parents can be affected. So that's why it's very, very important to ask for help.
Yes, and can they go together, or is it strictly just for mom?
They can come together.
That's great.
Partners are always welcome.
Okay, okay, that is very good, and thank you, for shining the light about that, because it is not something that we know unless we are into that situation. And as you
Mhm.
said, sometimes we just undermine the situation and think that it will go away. But as you said, there is a difference between baby blues and postpartum depression. So thank you so much for answering this question. Thank you so much also for being available. And you said that I suppose that we can join the group. Moms, dads can join the group anytime. As soon as you know that you are expecting, you can join and get the resources. As you say, you have topics. You can talk with with experts and with all the moms, so you can have the support, the tribe that you need, especially when your family is not involved or you want to be, around a healthier environment. This is very important. So thank you so much about that. Do you want to share one last thing, maybe about what, upcoming event or something that families should be aware? Because as you said, the support is here until the child is 2 years old. So what are maybe the last thing that family needs to be aware?
Well, I would like them to know first that it's very easy to register for the groups. You can go into our website in the calendar section. You choose the time and the group you want to join, either in Spanish or in English, and you just fill up your registration, and you will receive an email with a Zoom link, and you can join with that. So it's very, very easy, and you don't need even to talk to anybody. You just can go into our website. And also on April, we are having an event. It's online. It's a mommy check-in event where we are going to talk about stress management and how to manage stress and motherhood. So it's also free, and you can register in our website. Is April 25th. So we are inviting parents to that event as well.
Thank you so much, and I'm very excited about that conversation. It was very informative, so thank you so much for taking the time and for sharing that. And as I love to say to all the parents, that it is possible to have a healthier family relationship. That's why we have that platform, and all those experts take the time to explain to parents what they need to do and how they can do to make sure that they are well, they are healthy, but also their children. It is possible, and that's why we are here. So if you have any further question, do not hesitate to contact Elais or your county. For Palm Beach is Healthy Mommy, Healthy Baby, but I suppose that you have that same institution within your county, your state, even your country. So look and check, because this is very important. Postpartum depression and baby blues are a situation that impact women. So take advantage of the resources and of the support group as well. Thank you again, and see you next time with another speaker. Thank you, Elise, for your
Thank you
time.
very much. Thank you for having me.